welcome all my valuable people back to my Beauty and Life channel. I'm very excited for today's video. It is the second part of my Mother's Day, my first Mother's Day. If you haven't seen part 1 of this video, I will link it in the description box and I'll link it at the end of this video. But if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and watch that. That was kind of, what my husband gave me for my first Mother's Day. I wanted to do a part 2 because I wanted to explain, for those of you who don't know the whole story about, my pregnancy that I had at the beginning of this year. Basically how it happened is that on August 2019, me and my husband, we started trying to get pregnant, and we did this party at our house, and we announced to everybody, our friends and family, our close friends and family, that we were going to start trying to get pregnant, and we asked for them to pray for us for everything to go well. And we started trying to get pregnant, since August 2018. And then in September, they prayed for us at church. My mom prayed for me, and she's my pastor as well. And time went on, we kept trying to get pregnant, and then in January 11th, I could be wrong on the exact date, but around there, our friend, January at the beginning, I think it was ends of December, January, she got pregnant. And then January 11th, I found out that unfortunately she had a miscarriage. And it was really heartbreaking for all of us. It was not an easy situation. But I didn't really understand the gravity of a miscarriage until I went through it myself. So at that point, I was really sad about the whole situation, about what she was going through. And I was trying to put myself in her shoes. And I think that I was doing the best that I could as a friend, but I couldn't really relate all the way of what she was going through, obviously, because I had never gone through it at that point. Then January 20th is where I officially conceived. I was pregnant, but I didn't know it. Around February, the beginning of February, I started suspecting because I had a lot of symptoms that were not usual. I was getting very hungry. I'm just gonna leave it at this. Some of the areas in my body were growing, and they don't usually grow. So that was happening, and I was being very hungry all the time, and I was just not feeling myself. I knew something was up because I was not feeling myself, and I suspected that I was pregnant, but I still didn't feel myself 100%. Then around the beginning of February, me and Tony, we suspected it. It was right before my period. We went to CVS, we bought a pregnancy test, and at the time we couldn't go back home, so we went to we went to Starbucks, the nearest Starbucks, and I did it in the bathroom, and I have no shame. I had to do it there because we were far away from home, and we were gonna go somewhere else in that area that we were in. So we did it there, and it came out positive, but it was one of the cheap pregnancy tests. So I was like,
I don't think I'm really pregnant. Maybe this thing is not working. Maybe it's just cheap.
So then I was like, no, we had to buy the expensive one. So we went back, wanted to go buy the expensive one. I took it in the night, I believe, and it said pregnant. It was clear as day, and I couldn't believe it, and it was really wonderful but shocking at the same time. And first we let our parents know. You guys can watch the video of that. I have it on this channel and my music channel. When I found out I was pregnant, I was going to tell everybody. You can see that video. And then after we told our parents, we told the rest of our family, and we just announced it on social media for everybody to know. So it was a very exciting time around the beginning of February. We were all very excited and happy, and I wouldn't change nothing of how I did things and how I announced it. I wouldn't change the fact that I let everybody know at 1 month of being pregnant. I wouldn't change that at all. I think that it was a very wonderful thing to experience with friends and family. I know that there's a lot of people that believe that like you have to wait until you're like past your first trimester or something to let everybody know. But I think that everybody's different, and I think that if you feel like telling people at 2 weeks, or if you feel like telling people at 5 months, that's up to you. And nobody should, try to tell you how you want to do things. Like, if you're excited about that, that's a wonderful thing to be excited about, and something to be able to share with people that are close to you and that are going to be happy for you. So that's what we did, and that's what we don't regret doing. We really enjoyed everybody's excitement for us, like knowing that they were excited for us and with us. So the next thing that happened, this was about a week or two after we let everybody know. It was ironically on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. We went out to eat, me and my husband. We were just very happy, and after that we went back home, and I thought I wasn't gonna cry. We went back home, and I started bleeding. We went back home, and I started bleeding that night on February 14th, and I texted my friend Maria, who had already gone through a miscarriage on January 11th, like I mentioned. And I was, telling her, I'm bleeding. Do you think I should be worried? And she was just be keeping positive, and she was just telling me so many positive things, like to just trust that there's some people that just have spotting when they're pregnant and everything. And I was Googling stuff like crazy. I was like, this is not a miscarriage. This is not a miscarriage. I was like trying to, get myself to not, think that. I kept bleeding, and it wasn't a period bleeding. It was like something's wrong bleeding. And there was one night, I think, where I was. It was so painful. I felt like I was giving birth. The bleeding, it was like, I remember Tony had to, which even for my period, I never need like, my cramps are never as bad where I need to like put something warm on my stomach. I never really have to do that because they're not that bad. But those pains were so bad that he just got like an empty water bottle, and he filled it up with like hot water, and he put a sock on it, and I just put it on my stomach because I couldn't bear the pain. The cramps were like 1,000, and my back felt like it was ripping apart. It was all down there. It just felt very, very painful, and I just felt it. I felt that it was not. I kind of felt it in my inside that something was not right. So then, the next day, I went to the doctor, and I wasn't due to go to the doctor for my first like ultrasound for the heartbeat thing. I was due for one week from that time that I was bleeding and cramping really bad, and so I called the doctor, and I was like, I need to come in. And so I went in, and I explained everything that was going on, and they checked me and everything, and they couldn't find a heartbeat. And I was just devastated when I found out. It's like a death. Like, I think that no one will understand what it is to lose a child even at such a early on pregnancy, other than somebody that actually goes through it. So if you don't understand it, I would like for you to just skip the video, because I like the time I started going through that is the time I understood how painful it is and how devastating it is. I have never cried so much in my life. I was just crying for a whole month. Just, I couldn't, I just couldn't, it's just the physical pain and the emotional pain, and it just feels like your child, like your body wasn't enough for you to hold your child. Like you weren't enough. Like you I don't know, like your body wasn't able to function properly, and you feel like a certain amount of guilt, like, well, did I do this wrong? You start thinking of a million things that you did wrong. And I was taking care of myself in so many ways, but I started thinking like it could be this, it could be that, it could be this. Like it was just, I even started thinking maybe I was even, the thought came to my head, maybe because I walked so much, maybe that's why my baby came, because I started walking around my neighborhood. And so it was just crazy, but the doctor told me that there was nothing that I did, that this just happened. So it's just like I was just kind of like in silence in me. It was like I was kind of going through a silent moment where I was like trying to understand what was going on and why it would happen. Tony was also crying and very sad, and we were kind of just very sad for a whole month, just grieving about it, because you as a mother, I just felt connected to my baby. I felt connected to my baby the moment I knew it was there. And to me, the moment that you find out that they're there is the moment they exist. They exist to you, and so it existed to me. And so I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to explain my experience of this whole miscarriage I went through, because I know that a lot of people go through this. Once I went through it, I found out that so many people go through this, and that it's become like a thing where you're not supposed to even say that you're pregnant until a certain time, because it happens so often that people don't want to get disappointed. And a lot of people told my husband, and I'm not trying to point fingers or nothing, but a lot of people, I know some people just don't understand, but a lot of people told my husband, like, you should have just said you were pregnant until you were like 3 months or more, or you should have waited to tell everybody. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I wouldn't change one thing of how I did things, because we were excited and we wanted to share our joy with others. So I mean, once I get pregnant again, I will be sharing my experience exactly when I find out, and whenever I feel like I need to say it. If it's at 2 weeks or 5 months, I will say it. I will let everybody know, but I will never stay silent because of the fear of having another miscarriage, because then I'm having faith to have another miscarriage. I'm believing, I'm acting like I might lose my baby again, and I'm not gonna feed that fear. If anything, I'm gonna feed my faith. And I've decided that that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna announce when I feel that I'm ready. I think that anyone who gets pregnant again should feel the same way. If you went through a miscarriage, you shouldn't feel like you need to stay silent. It's such a miracle when you get pregnant and you are you have a baby inside of you, that I don't think it's something to stay silent about. After my miscarriage, which was February 14th, a week after, there was a week that I was just trying to gather myself, trying to understand everything and trying to do things that I could to improve my body for whenever I get pregnant again. I was like, I need to make changes, drastic changes that will help me be healthier, for my vessel to be healthier for the next baby. And so a week after, I decided to become vegan. and I started exercising. I specifically decided to become vegan because prior to that, I was eating very bad. Yes, I was eating healthy here and there. I had a lot of, foods that I implemented in my diet that were really healthy, but overall, I was just eating what I wanted. So, and when I wanted. So, I currently take medication for arthritis. I've heard of so many people, they haven't had to take medication after they changed their whole diet. And I don't know if my medication was a factor that maybe I had my miscarriage. It could be, but my doctor had given me the green light to keep trying to have a baby, even with the medication. So I just followed what they told me. But like I said, it could be that it was a medication or not. But I want to try. I don't have nothing to lose. Well, I do have a lot to lose because losing another child is like, I don't want to go through that. But what I'm trying to say is, if I change my diet, I'm not gonna worsen the situation. Like if I become vegan and I eat how I'm supposed to eat to intake all the minerals and nutrients and all the things that I need in my body, then all I'm gonna do is become healthier. I wanted to give that a try for a certain amount of time. It's been going good. I've been feeling way better physically, mentally. It just helped a lot. I'm just gonna continue doing this, and see how much better I feel, because I have been feeling much better overall. I've had some days that I haven't felt real well with the arthritis, but overall, compared to how I used to feel, it's way better. So I plan to continue this lifestyle. I might even do it forever, That's something that I want to feel out, I don't want to do things that will hurt my body ever, and I haven't. I've done everything with the guidance of a nutritionist and, doing my own research as well. But I'm very connected with my doctors and everything that I'm doing. So I've gotten the green light from them to continue doing what I'm doing, and I will. So after that, we have been continuing trying to have trying to get pregnant again. But I will never forget my first pregnancy with my baby, which we decided to call him or her Eden. We decided on Eden specifically because for us it was kind of like a short-lived Eden. During my pregnancy with my first child, I felt that way. And so that's why we decided to call our first child Eden, which because we don't want it to be something that we just forget about, like, oh, it's just 1 month. No, we wanted to make sure that we remember that was our first child, and it was. And like I said, if you don't understand this and you see it like ridiculous, like, just skip the video, because I'm not gonna have it for those types of people that don't understand. This is more like for people that have gone through it, and or maybe people that know people that have gone through it, so you can maybe understand what they go through, because it's not an easy situation. February 14th will never be the same for me, that's for sure. But I don't mind giving my baby that day, because I have so many other days that I can be celebrated, that my husband can celebrate me. Like, it doesn't have to be specifically Valentine's Day. We will always celebrate Valentine's Day, but we will always remember our baby. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and explain that, and that's why this was part 2 of the first Mother's Day video, because I'm sure a lot of people thought that I was pregnant when they saw the title and they saw First Mother's Day, or maybe there's still some people that think that I'm still pregnant with Eden, because they haven't, I guess, seen the rest of the stuff on my social media. And we're gonna continue trying, and I have faith that this year we will get pregnant again. And when that happens, I'm gonna make sure that we share that experience with you guys. A lot of you guys have been following. There was actually a specific subscriber that had sent a message on my pregnancy video, and she was like, I was crying with you I was crying with you guys when I saw the video that you were pregnant. I felt like I was pregnant, and it was just like so amazing how you guys are able to connect with what I go through, and all the emotions that I go throughout these different moments in my life. So this is why I wanted to share it with you guys. I wanted to let you guys know what happened exactly and what I plan to continue doing is. So yeah, we're just continuing to try to get pregnant, and I'm trying to be healthy as I can. I have continued eating vegan, and I feel great, like I said. And I have been exercising. There's some days where I don't exercise, but overall I exercise 3 to 5 times a week, and it's just I feel a lot better, and I'm gonna do all I can to keep my body as healthy as I can, and I know God will do the rest. So if you're out there and you've had a miscarriage, know that you're not alone, and there's so many women out there that have gone through it, and I wish more people would talk about it. But I feel like there's a lot of people that don't really want to talk about it because they don't see it like significant, especially when it's early on that it happens, because it happens a lot early on. And I think that it's healthy to talk about it. It's healthy to talk about it and to throw it out in the open. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to let you guys know that, whoever's out there and has gone through a miscarriage, you're not alone. I've gone through it, and I know so many people have gone through it, and I know that there's a reason for everything. When people see me eating vegan, they're like, I don't know how you do it. Believe me, I was right there with you. I was those type of people that I would say, I don't know how you eat healthy. I don't know how you eat all that spinach. I don't know how you eat all that kale. But when something like this happens in your life, like, you want to do anything for your child, and that is what has pushed me. My future children, my child, I don't want anything in my power to cause miscarriage, or for me to lose my baby, or to hurt my baby. So that is what motivates me to continue this lifestyle of trying to be as healthy as possible in that way. And yeah, like, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know many of you guys have your own theories, conclusions, that being vegan might not help or whatever. But I just want to do that for me, and that is the decision I've made, and that I feel great making this decision. And yeah, just maybe if maybe it'll help you maybe get inspired to be vegan or be healthier. But either way, I just want to tell you, take care of yourself, take care of your bodies. God has given us this body, and a lot of times we don't take care of it as we should. I think that is something that He's given to us to take care of, and yeah, just take care of it, because you don't know, what the future holds, and anything you put in your body can create negative things if you put negative foods in you. I'm not saying that happens all the time, but there's some people that are more sensible to that than others. There's some people that they eat unhealthy all their life and they don't get anything. But then there's other people that do. So it's just, you don't know what you have until you actually, go through an illness. So I just wanted to make sure that I explained that, to explain my first Mother's Day video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys who are supportive and are praying for me and are believing in me getting pregnant again, and me and Tony. And like I said, I am excited because I know that God is gonna do amazing things in my life, and I'm gonna share it on here, and this is a way of me to be able to share my story. So thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to subscribe and comment. Please comment if this helped you, or if you've gone through a miscarriage. I would like to know, because like I said, I know a lot of people that have gone through this, but like, if you're a subscriber, I would like to know if you as a subscriber have gone through it out there. So yeah, during that whole month that I went through the miscarriage, I felt like I needed to write a song for my baby. I'm a songwriter. I write songs about everything I feel. So basically, that month, at the end of the month after my miscarriage, like a month after, I felt like I needed to write my baby a song so he won't ever be forgotten for me. And so on my music channel, I'm gonna be uploading the song that I wrote for him or her. I don't know what gender it was because I lost my baby at a month. But either way, Eden is my Eden forever. So on my music channel, I will be uploading the song, and that song makes me cry every time I play it. So I hope that if you've gone through a miscarriage, that song just, you know, helps you or like touches your heart, because it really touched mine. So go over to my music channel if you haven't seen that. It will be on there. And yeah, thanks you guys, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and God is going to do amazing things in your life today and this week. See you.